So if you're a fan of Black Widow, the standalone movie is now really taking pace, and two big stars have been attached, and it's David Harbour and Rachel Weisz. Now, David Harbour is obviously playing Hellboy, and he's also from Stranger Things, so he has a big resume. His career has really taken off in the last few years, and also Rachel Weisz has done really well. So two big actors on board, but also is Florence Pugh, who's a young actress. A lot of excitement around her about, she's thought to be have a good career ahead of her. So it's really taking pace. And there's also a director attached in Kate Shortland, who has a history of low-budget independent movies. There's no real signs that she's worked with big CGI or big action sequences. Whether that tells us anything about the story of Black Widow, I don't know. But it might be... I'm not sure if this is an origin story or not, or what. I'm really confused because there's no real signs what this story will portray. Because you have to remember that Scarlett Johansson, she won't be able to really come across as effectively as a young character in training. So, but there isn't any real signs of what this movie will be about. Because I very much doubt it'll be an origin story. Because the truth is, I don't think that Scarlett Johansson will be able to come across as a young woman in training. Because she's now in her mid-30s, so she's going to try and play the role of somebody in her 20s. I don't think that will look authentic at all. So I'm really confused about what story role this is. If you've heard anything, or if you have any suggestions on what this story will be based on, please leave your comments below, because I'm not also sure whether it include any other Marvel characters. And that's because you've really got a large cast already. And the budget for these salaries will be quite high, because apparently Scarlett Johansson's salary is $15 million. And when you've got Rachel Weisz and David Harbour and Florence Pugh, those salaries will start to stack up. And if you've got other Marvel Avengers, like Iron Man for example, the salaries and the budget will really start to add up. So quite interesting to see how all this progress. And also the writer Ned Benson, he has also a background of low budget small movies, so it seems a real mixture of whether it'll be a big blockbuster Avengers movie or a small low budget story. So quite interesting. If you have any thoughts, please leave your comments below. If you've heard anything else, this has literally just been announced around 5 minutes ago. That's the time on this. But if you can see, this was literally announced, like, this is published 35 minutes ago on Malay Mail, and also on Comics Beat. This was announced literally 5 minutes ago. So this is really interesting news that this is really taking off. And as I'm sure you're aware, there's been demand for this movie for a number of years now. For around 5 or 6 years there's been talk of this movie being made, and there's talk of it being released in 2020, so it's almost certain that this movie will be released at some point next year. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're really excited about this, or if you have any ideas, what could this movie be based on? I'm not really familiar with the comic. If you're more familiar with the comics, leave your comments below. Or if you're not really interested in this movie, again, leave your comments below. There's no right or wrong answer, but it's just really fresh off the press. This is literally 5 minutes ago, so I thought I'd keep you updated. And if you're a Black Widow fan, it is quite exciting news. But again, leave your comments below, and also like and subscribe.